Good morning, everybody. Great Northern JJ here for the After the Layout Photos show. And you can see we are in the train room. Thanks for everybody who was watching the layout photos. I think we had about 11 people. Not everybody's made it over yet. But yeah, Closet Branch was the first in for both of these. And we'll see what's Rocky doing. Rocky's over there in front of my dad's locomotive, hiding the. Let's see which way should he go. All right. Yep. Hiding the train. So yeah, we are officially at 400 subs. So give everybody a applause for everybody and help make that happen. What that means is we will have our drawing in a month from now. So July 5th, we will have a drawing for all those wonderful prizes. So remember, it's the GP40s, the HO and N scale. We got a couple of these handy dandy, the train tapes. Let me go off camera here. Go grab that. Okay, it's over here. These. So yeah, reading in feet for N scale. N scale. And HO scale feet. Handy little thing to have. Of course, it doesn't have regular inches on here, so you have to use your other tape measure for that. So let's go and see who's made it over here. It looks like we got 11 people watching. Closet Branch is the first one in. You get the cookie. Well, I don't have a cookie. Rocky can make a cookie. Oh, you don't want to eat Rocky's cookies. Okay. Brother Dan in Ohio. JP down south. John 7, J7 Mystic Railroad, welcome. Kevin Brown, always nice to see you. And that's it. Who's made it into the chat so far? Excuse me while my eyes are bugging me today. All right. So, yeah. What do we got to announce today? Well, we got to 400. Hey, Dwight, Curly Express, welcome. Thanks for always being one of those 400 that helped make us to 400. Okay, so N scale ruler comes with a microscope. Yeah, it should, shouldn't it? I can barely read those tick marks there. Look at that. Look at that. My finger is like 6 N scale feet. My thumb is also 6 HO scale feet. Okay, there you go. Yeah, don't you like these socks? This is what I'm recycling here. Reusing. Not only am I figured out and reused wire that I had for my pulled out stuff, but I have taken socks and they keep my head from banging into the well, yeah, you can see that over here. That's a sock, and that's a sock over there. Yep. Let's move that electrical USB doohickey out of the way. Yeah, yeah, JP. My getting under the layout, I had two things. I've got a gash on my back from, let me show, I'll go helicopter mode. I gashed myself on the corner of the Digitrax UP5. That hurt a lot. Yep. Okay. No underwear. Does that include t-shirts? No. So I also got the top of my head. Some of this bench work, of course, I didn't sand. So going below and back and forth, yeah, yeah. Anyways, that's not the first time that I've gouged myself on a corner or on an edge. It makes a really nice slicing edge. Unfortunately. Yeah, I'm told I should always be wearing my hat. And you see, oh, look at that. I'll put that on there. Okay, you got Rocky on this side. And you got the F7 on that side. All right. Now I can see what people were talking about. Microscope. When I was trying to show the tape measure in this little tiny thing down here. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about what's on the camera today. Not only is Rocky off the rails, we're not running because I was too late to getting the show set up today. And it's not really run the trains day. Move Rocky side to this is, I may have shown it before, my dad's train, and I specifically got that out so I could show that car. That's a 50-foot. That is a 50-foot box car, double door, with a roof walk. And then what else we got there? So we got that nice tank car right there. We have a 40-foot in my dad's Fantasy Road, Arizona Transcontinental. My dad's initials there. Here are mine. It's a fantasy thing, just kind of bogus. But we made up car names. My brother Dan has one. I've got one, the Jersey, Ohio Huron and Northern Railway, which that's one and only of those cars. It's a reefer. And then the What's Neat This Week show. And following up the caboose. Now, I was pulling things out of that case. I want you to show everybody the official U.S. Navy headphone. Can y'all see that? That is a head phone. Yes. Okay. There you go. Okay. Hey, so there we go. Let's see. We got to welcome a few more people here. We've got Brad. He has got himself out of bed. It is very early in the morning in New Zealand. Just past 4 o'clock, my clock says. Might not be right, but we've got Hot Dog Pilot Andy is in the house. Welcome in your evening. I see it must be about 5 o'clock. And that's it. We got 13 people watching the show this week. Pretty good turnout. Excuse me. So, since we're in the layout room, I can talk about what we did on the layout. And you might be able to see, I actually cleaned up the center area. We'll go helicopter here. Center area. Got a drone shot going on here. There's Rocky. There's the other camera that's not hooked up right now. So yeah, it's all cleaned up. Tools down at the end, but everything is wired up and ready to take the control panel now. So I think I only have one more run to redo, but everything is wired up right now, including all 40 something turnouts are controllable. So yeah, that means we've got to clean up a few things over on the other side, get a couple more of the backdrop panels put in place with that blue foam core. And we'll be, at that point, we'll be good to go. And to do what? Yeah. What is it, JP? Yep. Go to the second level. Well, I've got a couple more projects that I want to finish before we get intense into that. I've got buildings to complete over on the other side, which means that I need to finish painting them before I assemble them, which is what I do, or what I should do. So I've got at least 2 buildings to finish off over there next to the roundhouse. I've got engine service facility where I've got a diesel parked at right now, and I've got another repair facility. So a diesel house, engine house, and a repair shed to build, paint, finish off. And then I can start thinking about some of the scenery that I want to put in there, which I'm going to take a different approach. Let's see. Golden spike on the main line is the goal. Requires the second level. So, yeah, actually, that would still not be the golden spike. The golden spike would be the third level, having 3 levels running. But this is the reason why I differ a little bit from what JP has done here. I have made it always so that I could have, and the first thing I did was actually get a continuous loop running. So I have that big loop that goes around. He doesn't count staging. Well, when it's all you got, that's what I count. And I do have some scenery elements that'll be in the staging level. For example, because I don't think I'm going to make room for it anywhere else, the center part where you see a dad's train right now, I think I'll make into some kind of intermodal loading facility. Yeah. Let me do one other thing. We'll put some track power on here. We'll put some track power. Let's go over here. I can show that we do have all four of those, or all three of these dwarf signals lit up. So I believe I have about 9 of those on my layout at the moment. So if you can see those on the camera, you can see there. Green. I'm not going to go back over there and get the little turnout, but okay. Yeah, and I am going to extend the yard lead because I have room to do it now. The yard lead. Let's go helicopter mode here. See if we can go and take a shot down the lengthwise there. So you can see that there's a track that stub ends there in the middle of that. I'm going to take that and extend that another 3 feet, paralleling one of the other tracks that exits the staging yard. And that will actually come around to this side here and allow me to pull trains in and out of this and switch that. So I'm thinking that this area will be, well, I'm not sure what it'll be, but probably storage for the passenger trains, but it's a little bit short for those since they're actually the longest ones are pretty long. Let me pull something else out of here that I've got just sitting on the side here. And we'll put this down in front of the camera. And you can see all those things. That Jeep is really small. So you can see this is something I picked up for $10 over at the Hobby Smith. But here is a Abrams tank. And if I turn the turret around, that is how it should be running. When they ship them, they turn the turret around. Not only do they take the machine guns and all that stuff off, it's mounted above, but it runs that way. And if you bear with me just a moment, I'm going to go and grab a couple of things that I got in the mail. I got 2 more black cars. And I got 2 more pieces for my military train. And you can see if we put these side by side, there is the Abrams. It's got a lot of detail on it. And it's fragile. I already broke one of the, they had all the hatches open, and I broke a hatch on the Bradley here. It's supposed to be down here for the driver. It's supposed to be open. But yeah, I broke it thinking that it was hinged. It's not, it was just glued open. But yeah. And then they've got another tool over here that I need to glue back onto the other side here. It fits over on here. And it doesn't turn very well. But there you go. And you can see there's the hatch for the, I think it's for the driver. You can sit, it's down there, okay. And the hatch is sitting over on the other side here. So they're not buttoned up, but not really sure how they pull that off, but yeah, they could in theory get out of there or have some air or something. Anyways, nice little find there. Nice little find at Midwest Model Hobbies. Got a sticker somewhere. They always send at least one sticker. Yeah, but that was a nice little thing to have. Yeah. So who made the flat car? I got them from Walthers. There's this other flat car. I don't recall. I think that's Microtrains on the N scale flat car. Let me go get the two flat cars that I picked up from West. Flat cars. Bring from the game room. All right. There's one flat car. And yeah, we don't want to put the flat car on the track. I might short that out. The Union Pacific flat car. These are Walthers. And there is a Santa Fe. Man, that red is really bright, isn't it? Yeah. So put both of these things on here. And one thing I will put as a comparison. Oh, please excuse me while I walk back over to the game. I want to show a comparison between 72nd scale and 87th scale because it's a little bit striking. So in theory, so that's 72nd, that's 87th in front of it. So that's a big difference, isn't it? Look at that. And then here's the N scale. So you've got 1/60th, 1/87th, 1 to 72nd. So yeah, that means that well, it looks okay on my military train having those M113s sitting on here. If I had 1/72nd scale Abrams tanks, they would be massive on that black car, and they would overhang the sides significantly. In fact, the overhang, even the HO scale, they just barely get on there. In fact, I think one of the requirements for tanks, why aren't they wider? One of the reasons is U.S. roads and flat cars. They need to be transportable. So, yeah. Let me see if my Looks like my comments are behind, or I'm only seeing stuff from 5 minutes ago. Hopefully, I've got all that going on. Oh, I wanted to say this. Pete's watching from the Grand Floral Parade. So that is for those that don't know, Portland has a rose festival. In fact, it has a lot of roses. I have a lot in my backyard right now. In fact, we just planted a couple more, and there's one in my front yard, and they're all blooming. In fact, I need to go and prune those blooms as the petals are falling off because they already bloomed and they're getting done. So Pete Motley is at the Rose Festival at the parade, the Grand Floral Parade right now, which is probably getting ready to start. Yeah, and it is called the Rose City. So contrary to what you would think, Pasadena and or Los Angeles is not the Rose City, but they have the Rose Parade down in New Year's for the Rose Bowl. Now they do have great roses down there. But we have a great rose park. There's the Rose Garden that has an awesome view. It looks out. Hey, we got a new person on the show here. I haven't seen you before. Klondike. Good morning, Klondike. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. And the Rose Garden is a great place to see views of our dormant volcano, Mount Hood. So in addition to Mount St. Helens, which is just like 50 miles north of that, we've got views of Mount Hood there and views of, I think, can you see Mount Adams from there? You might be able to see. We've got a lot of volcanoes in this area. I think the last time that Mount Hood might have erupted was around the time 1700s, maybe 1800s, maybe just a lava flow or a landslide. Not as frequent as Mount St. Helens. Okay, so let's go into and talk about what we've got coming up. So I want to remind everybody, if you haven't done so, let me put the details up on the screen. Here we have it. Let me transition the shot here. Right below me, right down here, 400 giveaway. Email to me, greatnorthernjj@gmail. Mention the mascot. Yep. His name of that guy right there. Dwight mentioned the name in his show. Rocky the goat, the mountain goat. Mention him. And what scale do you prefer? N scale, HO, or other? Get that to that email at me no later than July 4th. So you still have about 4 weeks to go. And what I will do is during the live show on July 5th, we'll have the live drawing for that, where we will go through and show all the prizes that I'm not going to go off camera again to get them. I will show them on another show. But what do we have? We have 2 grand prizes, just like we did last at 300. We have an HO scale DCC ready locomotive and a N scale DCC ready locomotive. They happen to be Atlas, what is it, Premier, whatever their line is. Really nice locomotives, both of them. They're both GP40s, and they're both numbered 505, Union Pacific. Now, what happens if you've got an other, or if you want to save postage for me and you live overseas? Well, you can do a couple of things. You can let me know and just say, oh, I want to give my prize to somebody else. Or we can figure out like a gift card or something where you can buy at your favorite place to purchase hobby stuff. We can figure that out. That's if you win the grand prize. So the second place prizes are shirts like this one, but in your color, your size, and your logo. Then you can tell me if I want to put so I'll put on a logo. You can pick any one of these. And where can you get those? Where can you look at those? You can go right over to gelsma.com. So let me go back into the comments. Gelsma.com. You can go right over there and you can see that guy has got a lot of stuff going on. And you often see, if you're one of those people that watches Ken Patterson's What's Neat This Week show, that guy is often on there, and he's at a lot of train shows as well in the Midwest and the East Coast, because he's located down in Florida. I think his name is Danny. Is his name Danny Gelsma? Sorry if I got the name wrong. But anyways, I'm going to purchase 2 of those shirts for the third and fourth prize. And then again, if you're the winner of those, we'll get size, color, whatever logo you want to put on the front, and also whether or not you want a pocket or no pocket for the polo. If you don't like a polo, we can also do a regular t-shirt. And then the 5th and 6th prizes are kind of like things I just picked up. So I've got 2 more of these. I find this handy, the train tape. You can actually Google for this. I think the guy sells this off of eBay, but also he's distributed a number of these out to train stores. And my hobby shop, the one that I go to most often, Tammy's Hobbies in Beaverton, Oregon, they have a whole box of them. So that's where I bought them from. So there's going to be great prizes. We've got, if you add it all up, we're probably looking at, let's see, the locomotives alone, a couple hundred together. Yeah, hundreds of dollars. Let's just say that. We'll use that famous trick. Hundreds of dollars of prizes. Get yours now. Enter now. Don't be shy. Get your things out there. And JP says he's looking forward to patching it. I want to see it. Yep. Actually, as a fan of JP, I have my test locomotive is a Southern Pacific Ace. I think it's an Ace. It might be an SD70 Mac. Anyways, yeah. 16 people watching. Closet Branch, you are already here. I'll give a call out to Closet Branch. Go watch this guy's videos. It's always hilarious. He's got great shows. Hey, welcome, Wesley. Welcome, Wesley. Thanks for joining the show. Glad you could make it. And go watch the Closet Branches show. Um, it's hilarious stuff that he's got there. So next week, I think we're going to do a solo game, a train game that I just bought, and actually a couple of friends of mine, buddies of mine, are coming over right after the show to actually play a 3-player version of that. I won't be recording it. I don't have the camera set up to really cover game playing like some of these YouTube channels do. There's some great game playing with overhead cameras and great lighting and everything, and I don't have any of that. So that's next week, June 14th. June 21st. I think we'll actually do, I'll get some B-roll. And by 2 weeks, I think I'm going to be ready to debut my, at least the prototype connected for the control panel that I was working on for so long. I've got all those pieces here. I've got all the wiring is ready. We can go submarine mode on this camera. Let me switch the camera. We're going to go submarine mode. Okay. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. All right. And if you see down there, there's a bunch of wires all color coded. And they're hooked up to a temporary block, but that's all connected together. That's the location of the control panel. If you saw that. So, right now that is connected. So all 16 of those, 15 of those, 15 of those wires, and that's actually a 16th one that covers the general connectors that are all for this zone 1 of the staging level. So I have 2 zones set up here. I don't think I'm going to do third zone. But if I do a third zone, I'll run the other wire will be coming over just to cover the power for the helix. That will probably happen. So I have 2 zones here. The primary ones that you're looking at right now, this is all zone 1, and this is all controlled off of that control panel that I showed in previous shows. And then zone 2 is the rest of the layout, except for the helix. The helix is not wired up right now. It is still, for those of you who followed me a few months back, I reconstructed that helix and turned it from a block construction to threaded rod. I'll get into that. There may be a possibility that I deconstructed a little bit. I have a turnout that I want to get access to that exits onto the second level, that when I get to doing this stuff, it's going to be a lot more convenient if I pull off three levels of the helix. The good thing is that, all the track up there is connected, and it is all Kato Unitrack, so it's easy to take off. I only have to unscrew some of those from the plywood board. But yeah, I might need to do that, and that'll mean wow, another round of undoing the screws. That's going to be fun. Is probably not the name that you would use for that, but it will certainly make it a lot easier for me to get access to that part. I wanted to get the whole helix done but I should be able to fairly easily keep keep the grade and just pull off just the parts that I need to pull off. A lot of unscrewing and threaded rod stuff, but nothing I haven't done before. So, but that's for in the future. What else I got coming up? So the 28th, we'll be running trains. We'll be running trains here on the layout, and we won't be over in the game room on HO. We'll be in this room where I've got all 10 tracks of staging powered up. Every track except for the Helix is powered up at this moment. And the only ones that aren't, that could use some maintenance, is the turntable itself. And I have a few more tracks to lay down to the turntable before that will be officially done. Okay. That's what we've got running up for the rest of the month. And what do we have for the 1st of July? 1st of July will be the following. So July 5th, we will have, just like today, same format as today, layout photos. So for those of you on Facebook and a member of Roy Smith's N-Scale Union Pacific Evanston Subdivision Facebook group, go and post your photos over there, because you can be included in that show that ran at 9 o'clock today. You'll be in the June photos. And then we will have, because we did what? We went to 400. This last week, I finally made it up to 400. Finally, it was very close. So the 400 subscriber came in. Hopefully we keep those. I think I will be putting a few more off weekend contents that'll hope to drive some more stuff, drive some more people to the show. Interestingly enough, what's the top most rated video that I've got right now? It happens to be that short video of running the Lego, of that Lego shuttle carrier aircraft that is downstairs on my mantle now. And yeah, so that's what we got coming up. And what's the second most? Well, second most still is often, well, actually, I think it was the content from National Train Day coming up on almost a month ago. So 4 weeks ago, National Train Day here in Portland, where we saw the Union Pacific 1616. And forgive me while we go helicopter mode again, because we can show that nice little poster. I can show it right up there. There it is. I found a home for it. That is, let me get it all into view. There we go. There's Abraham Lincoln 1616, the Union Pacific Abraham Lincoln commemorative Union Pacific paint scheme. That is the poster that I paid a lot of money for, just so I could get a little coin. This coin that I've got right up here. I'll take that down. Let's switch views. That right there. There, that's a coin. And actually, here's something that my grandmother gave me. 1921 silver dollar. I should probably run this through the ultrasonic cleaner. But yeah, it's got some wear to it. It would definitely not be, it's definitely not in mint condition. I've got two of these, as well as some, I've got some Eisenhower. I got a 1921 and 1922. Yep. Okay. So let's see. Brad says, let's see, go back to JP. JP says he's going to hope to share some layout progress this month. That'll be cool to see. Always cool to see everybody's layouts. Brad Willow Creek says he needs to get a video up. Dwight says he likes that loco. I do too. I can't wait for them to actually make it. I'm going to have it on this layout. And then, what will be your topic, Brad? I'm sure that Brad will not to put words in his mouth. My guess is Brad has another great scenery. And oh, why is Siri listening to me? I'm playing. Yeah. So I'm sure Brad will have something amazing to show us. He's got although I have to say there are some really great photos that are posted in the layout photos. Brad is also one of those people that posted. So there are 3 people today, and I don't think I'm missing anybody. 3 people that were on the show. Brad, Willow Creek Industrial Spur is one of them that regularly posts for the layout photos, as well as JP, as well as Pete Motley. All 3 of them regularly post there. There's a few others that post a lot. Heath Meister is one of them lately. John Tenzillo, he posts, and he's got a wonderful layout in his shed that he's got there. And what else do we got? Who else do we got? Well, Matthew Probst, he always doing some great modeling that he always shows. Just a few of the people that post every month still, and that's great. We keep that going for as long as people keep posting there. So I'm sure if it dwindles off to consistently under 40 photos or something, I probably will think about just letting it go and having alternate content there. But people are still posting to Roy's channel. It's really great to see that. Some people have stopped posting to his channel. There's some really great guys that no longer post there, which I can see. Personal choice. But I still get to see their photos in other places where they're posting. Yeah. Siri, the digital Karen. Yeah.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
There you go. Now, Siri, you're okay. I need to disconnect that speaker. I had that in there because I have a Sonos speaker in here, and sometimes it doesn't play that well. In fact, I had a Wi-Fi disaster last night. My brand new Wi-Fi modem and router from the company actually just went south. It was going slower and slower, and this is only a month old. It was kind of odd, maybe 2 months old. I don't know. It just stopped working. No Wi-Fi. It was sort of working, but fortunately I had my old ones and able to reconnect my old router, and it is working fine, as you can tell right now. So a little bit of a technology disaster. Of course, it happened late in the evening. Yeah. So let's. One other thing I wanted to show you. Let me get that shot set up for you. And put this onto this flat car and see the sizes of these things. Let's go and look at that. I think I did this before, but look at the size of that Willys Jeep next to. Sorry, apologize. Look at that Willys Jeep next to that Abrams tank. Super tiny. Super tiny. In fact, I'm going to take that off camera here. Over here next to my little bench work here set up. And I'm going to get my handy dandy tape. And from the very front of that Jeep to the back is only about 12 feet. And it is barely 5 feet wide. Compare that from the front body of the Abrams tank to the back is 26 feet. This will not fit in your garage. And it is 14 feet wide. Barely fits on the train car. So that's interesting. That tank is massive. I mean, you could put this Jeep on the top of that tank and it barely looks like it even belongs there. Compare that to a flat car. My tape tells me flat car is about 10 or just about 11 feet wide. And this should be a 50-foot flat car. No, it's 60. This is a 60-foot flat car. So you look at the tread width of this. It's about 12 feet. So it's overhanging by about 6 inches on either side of that flat car. Which doesn't feel like much. 6 inches isn't very much at end scale, right? It's 160 times smaller. So, hey, just noticed we're over 10 o'clock. It's time to kind of start to wrap this show up. But be sure to join me next week where we'll have a live game demonstration of a train game. Remember, we're all about trains here on Rocky Off the Rails. Not always model railroading, but almost always something related to trains, or I'm stretching it a little bit sometimes about transportation, right? So you might see, like I did before, Lego. I'll try to keep that, when I do put Lego on the show, always about transportation of some kind. So you'll either see trains, planes, or automobiles, right? And then I'm going to amuse Kevin Brown there. Yeah, a train game, one you may not have seen yet. So you will see it played through, and it's a cool kind of game. The setup allows from 1 to 5 people. So I only need myself present to play it next week. So we'll do a little bit of run through for that. And then, like I said, 2 weeks layout tour, hopefully, fingers crossed, with a demo of the panel in place and semi-functional. And then 3 weeks, June 28th, that'll be running trains. So we'll be running the trains in this layout room. And 4 weeks, the prize drawings. So get your entry in. I don't have everybody out there. Very few people. I've got N scale you got great odds for N scale right now. Great odds. So if you're an N scale, you're probably saying, hey, nobody can enter in. I've got great odds. So JP's got a 25% chance right now of winning that Union Pacific GP40 that he's going to patch. It's basically a reverse patch. He's going to reverse patch it into SP. Awesome to see. So I want to see your flip the live switch. Okay, we will do that. So with all that said, coming up on an hour of streaming here, but thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for being member one of those 400. Goes a long ways. I don't get anything out of it other than I'm giving back to everybody. Hey, people have gotten an opportunity here to win some free stuff that I'm giving away to celebrate the event. It's not a gimmick. It's not a trick. I'm not even doing it to drive more subscribers because I already got to 400 without really announcing that show. And then, it's been a great journey. It's only been a year. So we're only on this only show 40. So we haven't even done a year worth of Rocky Off the Rails yet. But thanks everybody so much for being a member. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want. Share it. Heck, even if you want, thumbs down. It's not going to bother me too much. But hopefully you're not thumbs down. Comment, like, and subscribe. Spread the word. Spread the word that Roy Smith gave us, basically the word of your hobbies, sharing your hobbies, and just general sharing friendship online. So that's what we've got for this show. And cut away. Rocky's looking head on at the trains and tanks and wondering what the, yeah. But he's saying, what do I have to say? Yeah. I'll be back. Okay. So that's all I got, folks. Another great one in the books. And we'll see you next week. Bye now.